A technical question. What is the reason to do first walking, meditation, and then sitting? Is it okay to do them reversed if that's more convenient for someone? Seems to me it's harder to concentrate during walking and become distracted much easily. Because there is one more sense included. I've tried with closed eyes, but it doesn't work. You lose your balance. Yes, don't walk with closed eyes, you'll lose your balance. Something I should have told you before you tried it. The classic problem that you're proposing here, or the classic problem with your question that comes up time and again, is your goal. Your goal is concentration. That's wrong. The goal should not be concentration. And this is something that has to be repeated again and again, mostly because not only concentration, but happy feelings, pleasant feelings, calm feelings are what we're looking for in meditation, which is really a huge hindrance. It's an attachment, it's a desire. You want your experience to be other than what it is. This isn't directly answering your question, but it's pointing out a part of the problem that you're having. That the walking, there's nothing wrong with the walking. What you're seeing in the walking is, at the very least, impermanent suffering and non-self of the mind, that you can't keep the mind, the mind is changing all the time. So one moment you're with the foot and then boom, all of a sudden you're gone, seeming like the two minds had no relationship with each other. Suffering, you can't, it's not the way you want it to be. It's not according to your desire, and non-self, you can't control it. You can't make it be the way you want it to be. So you think, now I'm going to be mindful from here to the wall, and 2 steps later you've forgotten and you're gone. If you're lucky. If you're not lucky, you're going to spend the next, from here to the wall, forcing yourself to be mindful. And some people actually do that, and they say, I was able to be mindful, concentrated from one end of the wall to the other, one wall to the other. And they think that's some kind of accomplishment, and really all they've accomplished is a headache. Our mindfulness and this distraction has to go away naturally. You can't repress it and force it away. You're just giving rise to more delusion, the idea that I can control the mind. The proper concentration has to come naturally through understanding. The word samadhi is best not translated as concentration. The word samadhi means focus. And it means focus because samma has to do with same. It comes from the same root as the word same, meaning level, balanced. The important thing is not to become concentrated, it's to balance concentration with effort. That's what walking does. Because sitting meditation is a great thing to do, but if done for an extended period of time, it can make you drowsy, at which point you should get up and do walking again. Walking meditation is great for developing energy, but it can have the problem of making you distracted. So when you feel distracted, you might decide to sit down and do sitting instead. This is the good part of what you're saying. What you're seeing is that in order to balance the faculties, this is why we do both of them. In sitting, you can become lazy and drowsy and get caught up in the calm and the tranquility. You can fall into a trance in certain states. So getting up and walking can help you to break that up, and in fact it can help you to overcome this attachment to pleasant states, because it breaks it up and it forces you to be objective. We like sitting because we like lying even better, no? Because you can enter into very peaceful states lying down, even falling asleep. Why we do walking first? So that's why we do them both, but that's not really your question. Important to talk about why we do them both is for balancing. Why we do walking first, not a hard and fast rule, but my understanding is it's based on the Buddha's teaching of what are the benefits of walking meditation. The 5th benefit of walking meditation is that the focus of mind lasts for a long time. Because it's dynamic, according to the Buddha, it has the ability to last on into the sitting meditation. So what you'll find, not only that, but also it's a segue from ordinary life into a static position. If you go from a dynamic, working in the world and acting in the world directly to sitting, you'll find it so extreme. This is why people find themselves nodding off and drifting off, or even getting lost in thought. The walking meditation is halfway between. It's not perfectly still. It's a way of easing your way into the sitting, but combined with the fact that the concentration, the focus that comes, the balance of mind that comes from the walking meditation is said to last for a long time, that it actually augments the sitting meditation. And this is verifiable. If you do it for some time, you should be able to see that by the time you get to do sitting, you feel charged. You feel like you've wound up or charged your batteries, and your sitting posture, you're already ready to have a clear mind. You should find that you have a clearer mind, but it's not a hard and fast rule, and you're welcome to experiment. When you're living in daily life, when you're living in ordinary life, sometimes you want to give up the walking entirely because you're just walking all day or you're active all day, and it can be that you might just do the sitting meditation. So you don't have to keep it as a hard and fast rule, especially when your life is dictates, makes you meditative. The time when the Buddha said that this is the way we should practice, do walking and sitting, is when we're doing intensive meditation. Lie down only 4 hours out of 24 hours. Then you've got 20 hours to do walking, sitting. That's how the Buddha explained we should do meditation. Why we do it first, I think, is because of the benefits it has in sitting. Anything?
In my meditation experience, I found that doing the walking before the sitting is, as you said, bringing the sitting to focus.
I think that many people see, many beginners don't like the walking, and there will come a point in your practice where suddenly that changes. Suddenly you hate the sitting, and the walking's actually nice because the sitting is too intense. And then it goes back again and back and forth. But in the beginning, people tend to prefer the sitting. That changes in not so long of a time, and it makes it seem so absurd because people in the beginning, they'll start to develop a grudge for walking, and you have to spend all your time explaining to them the benefits of walking and encouraging them, well, try it. And no, we're not really worried about concentration. We're trying to understand and to see the distraction and to overcome it and to let go of it. And then eventually, boom, they'll come to you and say, funny thing, today I really like the walking and the sitting, and so they're kind of embarrassed, and they've totally had to give up this bias that they had because they started to believe this. I don't know if this meditation's for me. I think walking meditation is some crazy thing that this monk invented himself or something. So that's worth keeping in mind in case you have this kind of doubt about walking meditation. That will change, and there will come this kind of humorous time where you realize that, or where your mind changes and suddenly you like the walking better, and you feel more charged and more alert and more awake, and sitting you're just wasting your time, or you're dealing with pain or so on, or however. And eventually, of course, that all levels out and it all becomes meditation.